I looks insane. I'm not even going to pretend like I don't, because I definitely do.
I've never met anyone quite like her before.
Hey everybody, welcome back to AndieLand. It's your girl Andie, and I know this is a very different look for me. I am so sick of the brown smoky eye soft glams with the little white. I'm tired. So this is 2025. We coming with the beats, we coming with the looks, and I was scrolling through TikTok, you know, after we came back from the van, and I definitely was like, I'm feeling the alternative girlies. So I wanted to do my own little take on it. I hope you guys like it. If you want to see how I got this look, make sure you're first and foremost subscribed to my channel, like this video, keep watching, and if you haven't seen my last video where my giveaway is in, y'all might want to go watch that because that ends soon. So like, okay, bye guys. All right, as always, my brows is already done. Yes, I know they need to be waxed. Shanna has been on me for about a week, but I mean, it is what it is. I can't do much. So for today's look, I definitely want to keep a very matte face. So we're going to go in with primer first, as always. I'm going to use the Mattifine primer by MAC on my T-zone. Y'all know this primer is oldie but goodie, and it's going to keep my T-zone exceptionally matte. We're going to do their face first today. Y'all know I usually don't, but the look, I have like a lot of shading and smudging. So now for the rest of my face, I'm going in with the NYX Glue primer, just because, again, I am doing a matte face, and putting matte on top of matte on top of matte can also make your matte face crack, or your face choose to overproduce oils. If I can get this out. There we go. So we're just going to take this and put this over my lash lines and the perimeter of my face. Layering primers is great. You just have to figure out which ones layer well together, and these ones do. So over here we set primers. I'm taking the Professional powder from Benefit, and we're just going to take a powder puff and just set my T-zone, just some extra reassurance to make sure that my face lasts. I do not like to touch up my face like ever, so me using powders and primers is to avoid that fake. If I'm touching anything up, it's gonna be like my lips or something. Unless like I start crying and I forgot to use like a waterproof spray. But that's like an extreme case. To lock those powders in, I am gonna spray my face. I'm gonna take my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist and just spray to melt those powders in. Foundation we're going to be using is what I haven't used in a while. This is my NARS Soft Matte. This is the shade Macao. I haven't used this in a while, but I definitely want that matte finish. Ugh, this is so messy. I actually need another one because this is almost empty. And there's actually a lot of foundation. Oh my god. Alright, we're just going to take my Morphe E63 brush and just buff this into the skin. How y'all feeling about my hair? I've been trying to find like different ways to style my hair, but I don't know. I feel like these two ain't the same size and it's bothering me, but I don't have time or patience to fix it. Now that it's blended with the brush, I do like to go over my foundations with a sponge just to help soak up any excess product and help even it out. And then we're going to spray and blend again. I know it seems tedious, but like, trust me, my face is always flawless, and it's flawless for a reason. Unless I mess up, but why are we counting failures? Spray it again, and reblend again with that brush, just to pat that spray into the skin, into the foundation. Make sure everything is blended nicely and flawlessly. So the first concealer we're going in with is the BlkOpl concealer. You guys know I love this concealer. It's really close to my skin tone. This is the shade Proper Penny. I don't even know if I said that. We're gonna conceal under the eyes, my forehead, chin, around my nose. This helps add coverage in the areas where my foundation may be lacking or I don't want to build up too much. That way I don't look too cakey. So we're taking my setting brush from It's My Ray and Beech Cosmetics. And we're just gonna pat this concealer in. So if you have a blemish or anything, instead of going in with 20 layers of concealer, of foundation, just go into a couple layers of concealer. Taking my sponge, I'm just gonna blend over my entire face. Sorry y'all, my heat just kicked in, so if y'all hear some noise in the background, it's cold AF in Atlanta and I need heat. So I'm not gonna apologize for that. I mean, I just did, but y'all know what I mean. Now before I go in with my concealer, I am gonna take this Kylie Cosmetics lip tint. This is the shade Black Cherry, and I used this for the first time yesterday and kind of liked it, and I think it's going to go well with what I have planned in my head to do today. So this is what it looks like, but it doesn't go on like this. It actually transforms as it lays on your lips. I'm just gonna put this on so that way by the time I'm ready to do my lip combo, the pigment is already there. But like, I don't know, I thought it was cute. All right, now we need to brighten. So I'm gonna take first my Hourglass Cosmetics concealer in the shade Beech, and I'm just gonna pack this on a little bit. I feel like when I do looks that are kind of dark and smoky and matte, I actually like there to be a lot more brightness under my eye. So I am gonna add the Loreal Infallible concealer in Cashmere, just a I'm dropping stuff, teeny bit right here, and I'm gonna let that sit because I want my under eye really bright today, like really bright. While that sits, we can contour. It's not really contouring, it's more so bronzing, to be quite honest, because it's warm. But I'm taking my matchstick from Fenty in Espresso, and we gonna do these cheekbones. I like to go on top of my cheekbones and use my actual bone structure as a guide. You know, we gotta chisel the chicken because Andy likes to eat. I'm not gonna do anything on my nose or my forehead today. We're just gonna leave that be. I am gonna spray my face before I blend this out with the All Nighter spray. This is the one with hyaluronic acid and watermelon extract. Love this. So that's basically gonna help my face blend and last. So we're gonna blend out the contour first. My Real Techniques contour brush, flat contour brush. We're gonna start with the chin and literally just pat down on the chin, and then when you get to the cheek, you're gonna do it upwards towards your eye. So down here to erase them chins, and then up here. Something like that. So from this to this. And I always like to go over my jawline with either my foundation brush or my sponge or both, just to make sure that that line isn't super harsh. It's a little harder to see on yourself than on your clients and stuff. So you don't want to be walking around with a line on your chin. It's not cute. I'm just gonna use both. Now I did use a lot more brightening concealer than normal, so before I go with my powder puff to blend it out, I am going to use my brush, the same brush I just used to blend out my other concealer, and we're going to just blend out the edges a little bit. Just patting along those edges, just so it blends a little seamlessly into my contour. I'm not sure if I want to do blush or not today. I haven't really decided. But if I do, I only really do like a wash, so it'll probably just be powder today. Okay, now we blended those edges. I am going to take my powder puff and just pat blend this bright concealer because it is bright AF, and I want to kind of control the spread, which is why I blended those edges first. If I get a little onto my eyelid, I'm actually not too mad because I don't have any eyeshadow on. But you see how bright that is? Like, that's the intention with the look we're going for today. It's really like blacks, whites, the contrast between the two. Now, whenever I blend out with a powder puff, the lines of demarcation on my nose be like mad harsh. So I always go over it with my sponge just to make sure that it's blended before I set, because I hate setting harsh lines. And taking that booty of that sponge, we're just gonna blend that contour back. If you need to add more, go ahead. But you see how the brightness is concentrated in the center of my face? That's what I want. And I know it looks scary, but trust the process, okay? Yes, I'm not gonna put on any blush because I feel like I want the color kind of concentrated on my lips, mainly, just my lips. But we are gonna set. I brought out my LA Girl Pro powder. This is the shade Porcelain. Y'all know how I feel about this powder. It's amazing. It's very brightening. I'm gonna take some of my powder puff and make sure your under eyes are blended. I'm gonna do one eye at a time because I did use a lot more concealer than I normally do. So we're just gonna blend this out with my sponge, make sure those creases and harsh lines aren't there. And then plop that powder on with that powder puff. Pressing it in till you make sure your whole under eye is set. You wanna make sure there's no like wet or tackiness to your concealer. I know it's bright. I promise you it'll make sense in the end. I promise. I know I look insane, right? We're not done setting. I'm gonna take the One Size translucent powder, that same powder puff, and we're gonna press this on top just to make sure. This is the shade translucent. Just to make sure everything is locked in. I'm gonna put this in here, tap this off on the back of my hand, make sure it's nice and smooth. I'm gonna just go right on top. I know I look so scary. I promise you there's a method to my madness. Make sure we set our laugh lines, the chin. Oh my God, I need to put some lashes on ASAP. I looks insane. I'm not even going to pretend like I don't, because I definitely do. Before I do anything else, I'm gonna add in my beauty marks. This is the Epic Ink Liner by NYX in black. And I'm just going to dot my beauty marks on. Ooh, that is dried out. Okay. Let me get the other one, because that one was definitely dried out. Now that I still look crazy, we're gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty foundation powder. This is the shade 420, and I'm going to take my big fluffy powder brush and we're gonna set my entire face and tone down my highlight just a tad bit. You see how this side is blended just a tad bit more than this side? That's what we're going for. All right, see, it's not as scary. See what I mean by trust the process? Because method to madness is a real thing. Next up is bronzer. The bronzer I'm using today is my Makeup by Mario bronzer. This is the shade Deep. Now, this bronzer does have a little bit of a reddish undertone to it. So, because I'm not wearing blush, I'm not really overdoing it. But definitely want to have a sculpted face today. So, I want it a little deeper than using like my Fenty bronzer. This is a fluffy collar brush, and I'm just packing this on to where I have placed my bronzer stick. You see how it kind of blends the edges of my highlight down so they're not super harsh. That's what I was kind of going for. Those of you who are new to my channel, I do not like using reddish bronzers on my nose. And I don't know if you noticed, I also didn't use a cream bronzer on my nose. So I'm going to take this bronzer from Morphe. It's the Trailblazer bronzer. And this eyeshadow brush is like flat and fluffy at the same time. And I'm going to chisel my nose out. I want it snatched today. Take this up into your brow, but I definitely want a snatched nose. I always make sure I cut off my nose bronzer contour because I don't just like it to be like two racetracks coming down my nose. And then if I'm feeling like the button nose effect, I definitely do like a nice little loopy loop. Before I actually do my eyes, I am going to bake, and we're going to be using one of my new favorite powders, the Ube Birthday Cake powder by Huda Beauty. Absolutely love what this powder does to my face, and we're going to use this to reinforce my nose contour and bring that brightness in. Not that I need any more, to be quite honest, but bring that brightness in under the eye. Load my powder puff up and Huda. Y'all know I love her. Y'all know I love her. So for my eyes, I kind of wanted a gray eyeshadow, but I realized I do not have a gray. So we're just gonna go full on black attack. So I'm gonna take this black here from this is the Makeup by Mario Master Matte palette. Oh, I thought I had a fluffy brush. I do. I have this fluffy, really fluffy BH Cosmetics brush. And I'm going to kind of just start on my lid space and then just buff it out. So pat, 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 and then just slowly. I really don't have a rhyme or reason. We're not really going in with any other color. I am going in with liner later, but I really wanted this diffused smoky black eye, and I feel like I'm messing up a tad bit. Ooh, this brush is not doing what needs done. I might need to switch this up because I definitely don't want this taken too high. So now that I looked insane, I'm gonna take my Morphe M505 and I'm gonna go into, actually we're gonna go into the bronzer that I used, the Trailblazer bronzer, and diffuse all those edges. It's really just to keep this from looking super harsh on the ends. Because I wanted this kind of blown out black effect, but I feel like I used the wrong brush. But it's okay. And now we're gonna go in with liner. If I can find it. Okay, so I have my Stilla liner. This is the waterproof wear all day. And I'm going to do a wing. I'm gonna attempt to do this on camera. Y'all know I suck at this, but I want it super big, super dramatic. Okay, I try to do that on camera. I'm gonna just come back and put my lashes on too. Right, now that my lashes are on, I low-key want to add a little bit of glitter. So I have this NYX Glitter Goals palette. I'm hoping this does not backfire on me, but I'm just gonna, if I can get this open, take my finger and go into like this gunmetal shade and kind of just loosely put this in the front. Yeah, I think I like that. Just for some dimension, because I definitely wasn't supposed to do this so big like I did. It was not supposed to look like this. Okay, I think that looks cute. All right, now for my lower lash line, I had a liner. Literally just had it. What the Hello Kitty did I do with it? Oh, taking my NYX for eye pencil in black. We just want to line my waterline. I'm going really heavy handed because I definitely want this dramatic. Ooh. We're gonna take the smudger brush. I got this from Japanese. It's just like a really tiny brush, and we're just gonna smudge that out. Like I said, I wanted to go heavy-handed. I'm gonna add some mascara to my bottom lashes. I'm taking the Bad Gal Bang in black, intense black. Just gonna put my first coat. I am gonna do multiple coats. There go my heat again. That's all that is, y'all. So I'm gonna take this setting brush from Real Techniques, and I'm gonna go back into that porcelain powder and just low-key dust this away because I did get a lot of fallout from that black, and I don't want to press it in and make it leave marks in my face. Y'all know I usually press my powder in, but we're gonna dust it first and then press in whatever's left. Alright, so using my sponge, I'm just gonna pat the rest of that purple powder in. I absolutely love the Huda Beauty powder. I think if you know how to use it, it's great. I have used it by itself, and I've used it to bake with. I do think I like it a little bit better baking with, just because of how I set my face, but it also kind of depends on the look too. And it looks amazing with the blush moment, like amazing, because it definitely highlights the blush. But so y'all see how I really wanted that bright under eye? Like I really wanted it, and I feel like it goes with this look. Let's get these lips done. So I have a new MAC lip pencil. This is the shade Caviar, and it's black. So that lip tint we used is pretty much dried down. It gave me like a little hint of that, excuse me, a hint of that cherry. So we're just gonna line my lips with the black pencil. I'm gonna blend these edges out. I need a brush because I don't want the edges super harsh because I'm really not putting another color on my lips. I need a brush. I have this random angle brush from Anjou. And we're just gonna blend the edges. But you see how like that cherry hint is still prominent? Like I love this. Okay, before I do anything else, I do want to spray my face before I put on my gloss. Just to melt these powders in, because y'all know I use a lot. And we looking a little gothica, but I like it. Let that fan dry. You know what I forgot to do? My inner corner. So I'm taking that Stilla liner. We're just going to drag the inner corner out now that my eye isn't watering. Sorry if it's out of focus, y'all. I really need to be in the mirror to see. And we're just going to go over my lips with a clear gloss. This is the hydrating lip oil from Ruby Kisses. And we need to spray again. I'm gonna take, I don't know what spray to use. I really wish I would have had another all-nighter, but we're just gonna take the Fix Plus Stay Over and let this air dry. Okay, we're gonna have to go over this with my Morphe spray because I got dots all over my face. All right, I'm gonna let this air dry and then come back. Mwah. Okay guys, so that completes this look. This very much alternative, very much gothica, you know what I'm saying? And very much different for me. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. I'm trying to get out of the box this year. It's 2025. We trying new things, we being improved, and I think I slayed this. So if you guys like this video, please make sure you leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video.